Yo, yo, yo. What's up? It's your man King Slim 6Ms. I started mine in New York City at Kalen Lord Medical Center or Clinic or something like that. It's downtown on 18th Street between 8 and 9, 8 and 9th Avenue. It's more or less a verbal place to start, but you do have you have to go through stages to begin to. First, you fill out all the information, and they sit down and they talk to you and stuff. And then, you come back you're going to be sitting there for a while because you're not a patient there yet, so you don't have an appointment. So whenever they're available to take you and talk to you and ask you all those extra questions about what you identify as, does your family know, what's your orientation, blah 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 blah, those kinds of questions. I think that's what they asked me. This was almost a year ago. So then after that, I made another appointment to follow up with a doctor / nurse. That way they can do blood work and see how healthy I am, blah blah blah. Then after that, I had another appointment for something else. I don't know, some other thing, and then I had to talk to another kind of nurse or doctor there that was basically telling me what I should expect while on T. Everything's not going to happen as quickly as I want to. Basically, everything you Googled, they're going to tell you verbally, and you have to accept the fact that that things may happen, like high cholesterol, things that cis males experience. They're letting you know that you may very well experience the same things while being on testosterone. And then eventually you start your injections. After that meeting, and they let you know what's going on, the next time you have an appointment, you're more than likely to start testosterone. A lot of trans guys and girls go there. It's a safe haven, more or less. It's an LGBT health clinic, and yeah, so it's really comfortable. They go by your preferred name on all your information there. It's your preferred name except for your insurance stuff. Like whenever they send it to them, they put your legal name if you haven't changed it yet. I haven't changed mine yet, so I've been procrastinating it, but whatever, that's off topic. I love it there. I went through some medical issues when I started testosterone. The first 2 weeks, they usually start you off on a half dose. Well, the first two injections is usually like the 0.5 dose that they give you. And he wanted to start me off because I'm so small, like I'm skinny. He wanted to start me off for the first 2 months at 0.5. And the nurses, I guess they didn't read it correctly, or they just assumed I was going to be like everybody else. And they did the 0.5 for the first 2 injections, and after that they went up to the regular injection, which is 1 cc. And in doing that, my body was becoming accustomed to it. So the next time I had my blood work, which was 3 months later, my liver was inflamed. So he didn't like that. It was he didn't like it, so he dropped it down to back to 0.5 every 2 weeks. So I wasn't really seeing any changes because that, as we all know, that's a very small dose for every 2 weeks. So after that, because he had asked me, he was like, "Oh, were you drinking a lot of liquor?" I said, "No, not yet. I'm not 21 yet. I haven't decided to party and do all that extra stuff." So he was like, "Your liver's inflamed, blah blah blah." So after that 2 weeks, did my blood work again. Well, after those months, we did my blood work again, and it was regular. So I went back to regular dosing, and then after that, I was able to start the process to learn how to self-inject. That way, I wouldn't have to come up there every 2 weeks. So it took me a minute to be able to self-inject. Prior to that, if it hadn't been for the liver inflammation, I would have been able to learn how to self-inject probably like 3 months in. But yeah, you can learn how to self-inject. That way you can take your shots at home. And then all you have to do is come and pick up your prescription and every 3 months, and try to make sure that you're doing your dosages when you need to, because they don't expect a phone call from you until a certain date. And if you call them before that, it's just like, well, you should still have testosterone until this day, so blah 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 blah. My friend was telling me how that happened with him. He yeah, did some things. Blah. So it doesn't matter. That's my story on how to start testosterone in the NYC metropolitan area.